study has found that people believe being obese is more likely to attract discrimination than race or sexuality. According to the survey, 1 in 3 obese Brits say they've been discriminated against because of their weight. Nearly half of those say they've even experienced prejudice from GPs and hospital staff. So is it acceptable to judge somebody on their weight, or to call them out, I suppose, on their weight? It's one of those. It's a difficult one. But, I mean, we're talking, you know, they were saying yesterday that school children, you know, there's a call for school children to be weighed now because the statistics are really high. 1 in 5 children will be obese, not just overweight, obese, when they leave primary school.
So I find it hard to believe that statistic that you read out, because now there is this new acceptance that if people are not, you know, a healthy weight, I suppose, and are overweight, then they have to be accepted for that. And actually, I think that's the way things are. So I think people are very, very careful around people who are overweight, and they don't really say things, but at the same time, they do. People don't have a problem. Again, here I go again, with saying to people, oh, you're too thin, you need to eat a good dinner. And, you know, I don't want to eat a good dinner, because I do eat a good dinner and I'm not too thin, and you get it all the time.
I've had...
Well, the thing is,
I've been on the front cover of so many magazines.
You had it when you were overweight.
Yeah, so they take
it's
pictures,
terrible,
yes,
so
and look at the size of her now and what's happened to her and everything. And now I've lost weight, everyone's going, oh, fans are begging her to put on weight and to stop losing weight. I'm up 10 stone. I've never been so healthy in my life. I go yoga, I do walking, I eat healthy, you know. So healthy. I feel fitter now than I ever have.
I think it's quite, you know... Look, for me, this isn't for everybody, and I'm going to say something, and I'll probably get trolled for saying this, but...
No,
look,
change the heading.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I can't change the colour of my skin. You know, I've had to deal with racism. I can't change my race. But sometimes, for many people, being, you know, obesity is a lifestyle choice. It's a choice that you make. It's not an easy choice. I've got family that are obese, and I look at them and I go, I know it's not easy, but you've got to start changing your behaviours, because you will be discriminated against.
You've just said, you know, you preempted that by saying, oh, you know, a bit nervous about saying this.
I know, but I am nervous. But people don't want to hear the truth.
I think this is the problem. And I was reading something yesterday how doctors are now being given special training of words to use to be able to approach a patient sensitively, to say to them, you know, you are obese and it's unhealthy and it needs to change. And so if doctors are nervous of saying it, it's almost like you said, Carol, people are too frightened to address it. But it has to be addressed. 1 in 5 children
I think
obese
the way...
when they leave primary. This is a huge problem.
But I'm saying that, I mean, it's really easy for me to say it's a lifestyle choice, but there are underlying issues why some people are obese. It could be to do with
I'm not saying there aren't, but that needs to be addressed.
It could be
to do
with their childhood.
Then tell them they're obese.
I know, but I think the way we do it in the media is shaming people, and I don't think shaming people is the right way to do it. No one's shaming anyone. They do.
No, but I think it's a good, it's an easy way of saying, let's not talk about it, because then if the minute someone says shaming or prejudice, I feel that my doctor's prejudiced against me. A doctor saying to you, you know, I'm sorry to say this, but you are obese and it is affecting your heart and you're going to have diabetes.
But a lot of obese people know they are, but they need a solution and they need a lot of help. And I don't think we give help. I think we just say, you're fat, get over it, get it done. And I don't think that's right.
They do get help. They do get help, but you have to
need a bit more. I think they need a bit of psychological help.
At home. You know, as parents, I mean, I was saying to Carol this morning, years ago on Loose Women, we worked together, and I didn't have Jack then, so that's, you know, he's 17 now, so years ago. We were talking about the obesity problem with teenagers in America, OK, kids in America. It wasn't here. And we were saying, you know, this is going to come here. And I said then, it is parental responsibility. You buy the food, you put food on the table. You know, and I got slated then. I got slated saying, you haven't got children. You wait till, you know, you've got children. I was like, well, you know, I have got children and he's not fat.
But also, overeating and obesity can lead to mental health problems. I mean, I know I was really, really depressed when I was overweight. I was like 14 stone, went up to 15 stone at one time, and was really depressed because it seemed such a long way to go to lose weight and to feel healthy and fit again.
Well, compulsive eating, it is actually a mental illness, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I think it is.
If you really don't know you can't stop and you know you're unhealthy, there's something else
and I
wrong,
feel,
isn't
I think,
there?
and
It's
I'm
gone
not,
a lot
I
deeper
absolutely
than what
agree
we're
with
saying.
Syra. The help has to be there.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree with that. So, and I appreciate it is, but you have to allow, whether it's a doctor or the nurse at school, you have to allow them to use the word obese and, you know, dangerously overweight and unhealthily overweight. Then let's talk about how we help you with that. You know, there has to be help available.
agree.
But we can't skirt around this issue of not being allowed to say the word fat, obese, unhealthy, because that's what it is.
Yeah.